Welcome to this video. This is your life coach and mentor, Jonathan Belcher. I'm making this video just giving you the vision of the 300 to Freedom movement. I'm gonna break down a little bit of some past things that happened to me, and hopefully through those past events and through the metaphors that I share with you in this video, hopefully you can use this content to apply it to your life and to your business, to see prosperity, to get more results, to make more money. Anything that you want to do in your life, you gotta know, my friend, that it is possible for you. As long as you have a vision in your mind, as long as you have a dream, you have something that your heart desires, you can accomplish it. But before we go into the topic at hand today, we're gonna start off with our daily affirmation, because I think I forgot to do it in the last video. We haven't done it in a while. I am rich. I am financially free. I am financially prosperous. Money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am loved. Say it one more time. Say it again with me. I am rich. I am financially free. I am financially prosperous. Money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am loved. You are rich. You are financially free. You are financially prosperous. Money flows to you effortlessly and abundantly. You are wealthy. You are healthy. You are loved. Simple. Every morning, tell yourself a simple affirmation. You want to know why a lot of people don't make powerful decisions and don't get powerful results in life? You want to know why a lot of people aren't able to quit their job, aren't able to boss up, aren't able to really muster up the courage to go after their dream? You want to know the real reason why? And the 300 to Freedom movement, we don't move like this. We all about transformation. We all about spiritual growth. We're all about mental growth, helping you to be the best you that you can possibly be. But the thing that most people do wrong is people don't simply affirm greatness over themselves. If you really want to accomplish great things in your life, you gotta know that it's possible for you. You gotta know that it's possible for you. It doesn't matter about how you were raised, the success level that your parents were able to attain. It doesn't really matter so much about, the way you were born. I'm telling you right now, there are people who were born with a more disadvantaged situation or a more fucked up situation than you and I. They were born with situations where maybe they don't have an arm, or maybe they can't hear, or maybe they're blind, or maybe they have trouble walking. There's all kinds of things out there that people are dealing with. And some of those people have made better situations in their life than you and I. Some people have came from third world countries and made themselves millionaires. Some people came from countries where people have a hard time finding food and clean water. They came to America and they found out how to make themselves millionaires. They found out how to quit their jobs. They found out how to boss up. They found out how to become doctors. They found out how to become lawyers. So how are people doing this? The thing is that it's not so much about where you're at right now currently in your life. That's not so much about what it's about. What it's really about is where you're headed and the vision that you have in your mind. Because what you think about is what you're going to become. What you think about is what you're going to become. What you think about, my friend, I'm telling you, my friend, is what you're going to become. And the reason why a lot of people aren't able to accomplish significant amount of success in life, in business, is because they don't affirm greatness over themselves. They don't affirm prosperity over themselves. And I've been in that situation in my life. I've been in situations where I've been depressed. And it's like I'm in a rut, and I'm in like this mental cage, if you will. I've been in situations where it's like I'm trying to fight my way out. I'm trying to, scratch and pull and crawl my way out of this darkness, in this dark space. You ever been in a position like that in your life where you're trying to fight yourself out of some type of bondage, out of something that's holding you back, something that's trapping you? And it's as if you're in a loop, this loop where you wonder if success is ever gonna find you. You wonder if love is ever gonna find you. You wonder if the life you want is ever gonna happen for you. But the way to get out of that is you gotta break the cycle. You gotta break the cycle. You gotta break the cycle. And the way that you could break the cycle is, number one, affirm something new for yourself. Affirm something phone just flipped and I caught it in my hand. That was crazy. I wish you would hit it on the other side of the camera to see it. But yeah, affirm something new over yourself. Affirm something new over yourself. I understand you may have came from a family that is a low-income family. I come from a family that's a low-income family. I remember nights being at home and my mom was at work so much when I was younger. She had to work so much that literally I would call my auntie my mother. I would call my auntie mommy. Because my mom was at work so much, she had to be at work doing double shifts, you know, triple shifts, working 2 jobs, all kinds of stuff to make ends meet. And my mom wasn't home so much that I got accustomed to calling my aunt Janet. I started calling her my mom because she was home taking care of me while my mom was at work. By the time my mom came home from work, it was about 1 in the morning and I'd be asleep. So imagine that. Imagine that. So you gotta let what you had to deal with or what you had to experience in your childhood, you gotta let that be your motivation, not be your excuse. You gotta let that be the reason why you become a victor and not a victim. You gotta let every traumatic event that happened to you in your past, I don't know exactly what it is that happened to you. I don't know exactly who those people are that hurt you. What I do know is I'm here to help. What I do know is that we're working on a vision together. I'm working on a vision with other ambitious people who want to change the world and transform the hearts and the minds of society. But I don't know exactly what you may have been dealing with, what stress, what depression, what situation or rut you've been experiencing in your life. But what I do know for a fact, and this has been proven time and time and again through books, through documentation, that if you affirm something new over your life, if you claim something new over your life and your future, things will start to change. Things will start to change. Things will start to change. I remember when I was in high school, I was about 14 years old. And my dad was working part-time at a real estate office. And he had a Jewish, the owner of the real estate office was this Jewish guy named Al. Well, Alan, his name was Alan, but some people call him Al. But anyway, I'll never forget it, right? My dad would pick me up from school, and then after that, he would go to the real estate office because he would have to meet up with clients or show a house or something like that. But I remember one specific day, I'm walking with him inside of the real estate office, and Alan happened to be inside the office this particular day. So for whatever reason, my dad looked at me. He just said, "You know what?" He said, "You want to learn some great stuff. You want to learn some good information that'll help you be successful, kid." I'm like, "Yeah, why not? Yeah, I want to learn some success information." So my dad said, "Have a talk with Alan. Let Alan take you to his office real quick and have a talk with you about how he creates success. Because this guy is like multi-millionaire. I'm talking about, imagine a team of agents he has under him, and they're all flipping houses. They're all selling houses. At this time, it was probably like, I'm saying this is about over 15 years ago, right? This is about 15 years ago, right? So this is about 15 years ago. And at this time, houses are flipping left and right. The housing market is booming. So I go into the office and, you know, Alan shakes my hand. He's like, "Hey, John, hey, how you doing?" Or whatever, you know, happy to see me or whatever. And then he's talking to me. He's telling me, he's like, "Look, man," he's like, "I'm telling you, kid." First thing he says to me right out the gate, he's like, "Leaders are readers." Now he has an accent, you know, he's Jewish or whatever. So he tells me, "Leaders are readers, John. You know that, right? Leaders are readers. If you really want to maximize your experience in life and business, you have to be able and willing to read and experience the experiences that other people have had before you." So he was telling me basically that every single month, the reason why his real estate office and his business was so successful, and the reason why he was a multimillionaire, is because he requires his whole entire team of agents, he requires all of them to read a book each and every month. They got to read a new book. And he told me straight up, he said, "That's the reason for my success over these years." He said, "I can take somebody that's starting out poor, broke with nothing," and he was like, "I can turn them into a 6-figure earner. I could turn them into a millionaire overnight, damn near." And he was like, "The reason is because we run things systematically here, but most importantly, we work on our mindset. We work on our mindset." And up to this day, I never ever forgot that day. I never ever forgot having that talk with Alan because, you know, of course, you know, in school you gotta read books or whatever, but those books are different. You know what I'm saying? Like those books. Hold on, I got something in my eye right here. I don't know what the hell just went in my eye. But books in school, you know, is not necessarily, most of that stuff is not necessarily stuff that you're gonna apply and use to your everyday life. But when you open up your heart and your mind to receive information from people who have been through something that you want to go through or something that you're going through now, when you open up your heart and your mind to listen to mentors and say, you know what, yes, I do want to get started and I do want to get business education. Now, your future opens up for prosperity. Your future opens up for abundance. When you get a part of a mastermind of people and you and that whole entire mastermind, could you imagine you and your friends, could you imagine you had a group of friends that you linked up with every single day, and for an hour you guys just came up with business ideas, you guys came up with business plans, how you gonna impact the world, how you gonna change your finances together? Could you imagine how rich you and your friends are gonna be in just a couple years if y'all planned that? But here's the thing, unfortunately, a lot of people aren't blessed with those type of people surrounding them. Unfortunately, I know I wasn't. I know I was born into a family, low income family. Struggling to pay the bills, struggling to make ends meet. But my mom did the best she could to provide for me. She did the best she could to provide a life, you know, to the best of her capabilities, given what she had. But in this day and age, we have access to a whole new caliber of information. All of the secrets are being exposed today. Everything is being revealed today. So if you really want to change your circumstance, you got to be ready to get around a different group of people. Get around a mastermind group of people who are headed somewhere. A mastermind group of people who are working together. A mastermind group of people where each one teaches one. A mastermind group of people where you have a friend who goes and gets a secret on business, and that secret you share with your friend, and both you and your friend become millionaires in the next 2 to 5 years. I'm talking about a vision where people are working together. We're creating content, sharing a message of financial freedom, a message of spiritual growth and enlightenment, a message of personal development. If we all work together and we're all teaching one another all the secrets of life, and we're sharing a message of financial freedom and prosperity, what happens is synergy starts to happen. Because you're working with a mastermind group of people and we all have a similar vision of financial freedom, we all have a similar vision of, you know, feeding the children, helping the homeless get shelter. If we all have a vision of that type of thing, that type of lifestyle where people can live a better quality of life, a synergistic energy starts to occur. And it's like one person in the US starts to inspire some kid in the UK. One person in Africa starts to inspire somebody in the US to change. Somebody in the US inspires somebody in China to change. Somebody in China inspires the US to change. And the next thing you know it, what happens is you have a full-on movement of people who are getting business education, a full-on movement of people who are reading. You get a full-on movement of people who are earning residual income. You get a full-on movement of people who are earning an income not by a 9-to-5 job, not by having to work for a boss, but earning an income by following their dreams and focusing on their talents and their passions and their God-given gifts. And that's what's possible. That's what we're creating here. That's what I've been working on behind the scenes with the 300 to Freedom movement. For those of you who have been hitting me up and been asking me, I've been getting a lot of emails lately, so I just want to clarify that in this video, what we're on a mission to do. You know what I'm saying? Because just to be real with you, there may be a lot of competition today, but there's so much more opportunity. There might be a lot more, you know, people being discovered, a lot more people becoming successful, a lot more millionaires coming out of this technological era. And that's why I believe the vision is taking shape right now, is because the era that we're in, the era of such a fast-paced communication system where we could go on Facebook, we could go on Instagram, we could, you know, do all kinds of things online to connect with somebody on a completely different part of the world. So what that means is that there's opportunity for you. There's opportunity for you to get rich. There's opportunity for you to change your family's life. There's opportunity for you to quit your job if that's what you want to do. There's opportunity for you to travel the world and do what you really love to do and make a living out of it. There's opportunity for you to do that. There's always been opportunity for you to do that, but now it's a much bigger level now because of the technological advances that's happening. But the point of me sharing all of this with you is that we got to do something now. We got to work together now to change the hearts and the minds of society, and at the same time earn income doing it. Earn income doing it. So I have a question to ask you real quick. You can answer this for yourself. What is your ultimate dream? What is your ultimate vision? What do you want to accomplish in life? Like, when you think of success in your mind, I want to know, what does that look like? And if you want, you can even hit me up and message me on Facebook, and you can tell me what your vision and dream is, and we can see how we can help one another accomplish that. My Facebook link is in the description below of this video. You can hit me up on Facebook and we can discuss it. But the reason why I'm asking that question is because, first and foremost, if you want to accomplish great things for yourself in life, you have to have a vision or a dream in mind. You got to have something in your mind of where you're trying to reach to or where you're destined to go. That's first and foremost. And all of the past bullshit that you've been dealing with in life, maybe you've had a rough time financially in life. Maybe you've had a rough time with your family. Maybe you don't feel like much love has been there over the years. But all of these things are things that happen to you, not for you to give up, not for you to throw in the towel on yourself. These things are things that happen to you for you to have motivation, for you to have a reason to go harder, for you to have a why on why you want to change the situation, for you to have a reason on why you want to transform your heart, your mind, your bank account, for you to have a reason why you're on the mission you're on. Literally, your vision and the dream that you have in mind would not have any substance or any purpose if you haven't been through shit. It doesn't serve any purpose if you really haven't been through anything. Because if you look at the story of a lot of millionaires and a lot of people who have been able to find success being their own boss, if you look at their story and you look in the past, what you're going to find is a lot of their motivation, a lot of the things that's driving them comes from a place of pain, comes from a place of hurt, comes from a place of trauma, comes from a place of being betrayed, comes from a, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta perceive our past differently. We gotta perceive our circumstances differently. And we can achieve success. You can achieve any level of success you want to achieve. I don't care what it is that's in your mind right now. You can achieve it. You can do it. First step, have the vision in mind. Second step, be willing to learn. Be willing to invest into yourself. Be willing to get mentorship. Be willing to get business education. Be willing to learn how to expand your business online. We provide that education and that help to you in the 300 to Freedom movement. That's the second step. You can't become successful without the how-to. Once you learn the steps, the third thing is, right? After you learn the how-to, the third thing is repetition. Application of what you've learned. Application of the training you've gotten over the years, the coaching you've gotten over the years, the mentorship you've gotten over the years. You apply it to your life, you apply it to your business, and what happens is, over the course of your practicing, over the years of your repetition of doing what you learn to do, you get better and better and better. Your confidence starts to build, your belief starts to build in yourself. But the problem is, most people give up on themselves before they get good. Most people throw in the towel. Most people give up on their dreams before they get to the point where their craft is solidified and they're developed. And that's the unfortunate situation going on in life, and why most people don't break through to that millionaire six-figure level where they don't need a 9-to-5 job. You don't have to punch the clock no more. Most people are held back for the simple fact that they don't keep going long enough to get good enough to where their craft, their business is paying them what they always wanted to get paid. But that's not going to be you. That's not going to be you. That's not going to be your situation. I claim prosperity. I claim abundance. I claim success over you and your family. Non-stop amounts of abundance, prosperity, and success over you. Non-stop. But knowledge is the key. Knowledge is the key. So the reason why I'm talking about the things that I'm talking to you in this video is basically just to really sum up what I've been dealing with over the last 2 years and where we're headed, and why I've been working on some things behind the scenes. The system is almost done. I need a couple more weeks, or maybe by the time you're watching this video, the system probably will be done. There'll probably be a link in there in the description below. But as of right now, you'll probably just see a link to my Facebook. But I'm really sharing with you because to let you know that everything that you want to accomplish just starts with a vision, and you can accomplish it. You can accomplish it, but you got to see the vision through. And as you're going on your journey, it's okay if you may have to take some time to figure some things out. It's okay if you may have to go back to the drawing board and get back to the basics. I had to do it. I had to do it. That's basically what I've been doing over the last 2 years, is getting back to the drawing board, getting back to the basics, getting crystal clear on my vision. Let me just be honest with you. Let me just be real with you and just tell you what happened. How I came up with this vision to create a system to help people in business and people who aren't in business yet. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened, how I came up with this idea. The way I came up with this idea is because some of you know I was a part of a company in the past. I was doing great in the company, had a lot of success. Then that particular system, it went out of business. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was I had to go back to the drawing board, get back to the basics, basically reinvent myself. And I basically packaged up my knowledge, or everything that I've learned on how to quit my job, how I was able to earn six figures online, how I was able to build a team of over 300 people from all over the world. I decided to package up my knowledge and share my knowledge with Herbalife distributors. I decided to share my knowledge with Motor Club of America members. And basically what happened was when I packaged up this training, I made training products for people who are in this company. And up to this day, people are still, distributors are still a part of my 300 to Freedom movement. I'm still working with Herbalife distributors up to this day. But basically I had people who started hitting me up from that product. People who had the Herbalife distributor product that I made called the Power Distributor Pro. People kept emailing me and telling me that they were using the training and applying it to other businesses that they had outside of Herbalife. Like, people were telling me they came up with all of these new ideas to create a business off of what I taught them in the Power Distributor Pro training course. So then that's when it hit me, and I was like, yo, why do I only have something in place to serve Herbalife distributors right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, why am I limiting my expertise? If I'm teaching people things that they can apply to their life and they're changing their life with it, they're making money from it, they're making six figures with it, they're able to quit their job with it, people ranking up in Herbalife left and right. I'm saying, if all of these people are having success from my Herbalife product, why not just create a full-on system that can help anybody in the world? You know what I'm trying to say? A full-on system. When I say anybody, and when I say anybody, I mean like virtually anybody, you know, not like literally anybody. Anybody who has a business idea, if you have goals having to do with you bossing up, earning income as your own boss, if you have inspiration to make money online as your own boss, if you're trying to learn how to take your business from just offline and you want to expand it using the internet, this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. So once I realized that my products were helping Herbalife distributors, Motor Club of America members, I decided to make a full-on system that would open up to a larger target audience, a larger group of people, content creators, musicians, marketers, business owners, people who have a passion, people who have a gift, people who have a drive of some sort, people who may not have found their passion in school and they want to do good in business, That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. That's what's coming together right now as I make this video with you right now. It's a little windy out here, but it's been pretty warm and nice. But yeah, I'm so excited. Over the next 3 weeks, I need about 3 weeks. In about 3 weeks, this system will be done. It should be finalized within 3 weeks, God willing. But what I've been thinking about is I'm trying to create a service either within the system or separate from the system at some point. If you have any ideas, just feel free to hit me up on Facebook and let me know if you have any ideas on this. But what I want to do is create some type of service or some type of thing to help artists, musicians, you know, upcoming singers, upcoming rappers, people who make music, you know what I mean? Because that's something that's always been a part of me growing up. That's something that's always I've loved doing from a young age, is making music. And I know how much music is an outlet from the communities that we come from. People love music. Music is one of the main ways that a lot of people come from the hood and they create success. And they become millionaires and they become bosses and they become brands. So that's really why I want to, at some point, create a service or something that really helps musicians, but in a more direct kind of way. You know what I'm trying to say? Like the system we have that's about to launch in 3 weeks, that particular system is gonna help anybody. So it's still gonna help musicians, because I don't care what the hell you're doing. At the end of the day, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're working on, no matter what kind of business you're trying to run, one thing is for sure: you ain't gonna have no success if you don't get good at collecting data. I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of people always ask me, yo, John, how you make money online? People be, yo, how you quit your job, man? You quit your job 7 years ago and you haven't looked back. How you did it? How you making money on YouTube? How you make this money online? Teach me, John. Teach me what you're doing. Really and truly, you got to learn how to collect data. You got to get good at collecting data. It doesn't matter if you're in business. It doesn't matter if you're a makeup artist. It doesn't matter if you're a musician. It doesn't matter if you're a consultant online, if you're in Herbalife, network marketing, direct sales, Shopify. You got to get good at collecting data and working with that data a certain way if you really want to make a lot of money as your own boss. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. So drop a comment below. I want you to drop a comment below if you're watching this video and say, I got to get good at collecting data. Drop a comment below saying, I got to get good at collecting data. I got to get good at collecting data. All of these new technological companies coming out, these streaming companies, they're rich because they're good at collecting data. Period. So in the system that's about to launch, or maybe it's launched already, depends on when you're watching this video. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, the system that's about to launch in 3 weeks is gonna teach you step by step all the ins and outs. This is just one of the things it's gonna teach you. One of the things I'm gonna teach you and release one of my secrets to you. And I'm gonna teach you exactly how to get good at collecting data. That's one of the main things I'm gonna teach you right out the gate, is how to get good, what to do to collect your own data. Because Spotify, they're rich because they collect data. YouTube is rich because they collect data. Facebook is rich because they collect data. Streaming services is rich because they collect data. Pandora is rich because they collect data. Netflix is rich because they collect data. So why can't we get rich? We can get rich, and we are gonna get rich. We're gonna do it together. I got the plan mapped out and crystal clear. I've been working on it for 2 years. 2 years I've been working on it. Y'all been seeing my videos. I've been talking about something big is coming, something big is coming, something big is coming, something big is coming. I've been saying this for a while. Something big is coming, something big is coming. And it's finally about to launch, or maybe it's here, depending on the time that you're watching this video. But you got to get good at collecting data if you want to be successful as a businessman or a businesswoman. That's number one. And honestly, I've taught many people how to make their first sale online over the years. Many people earned their very first commission through working with me over the years. Many people across different companies. in different businesses. And this is all from what I've learned. I'm just teaching exactly all the secrets that I know. I'm just teaching you the secrets step by step so that you could be liberated. If I educate you and each one teaches one, you educate your friend educates their friend educates their friend educates their friend, and so on and so forth. And then their friend gets new education and brings it back to our 300 to Freedom movement, so on and so forth. What do you think happens eventually? What do you think happens eventually? Eventually, we just create a movement of people who are rich and successful and prosperous. That's all that happens. That's all that happens. But I want you to tell yourself a different story. I want you to start telling yourself good things about yourself. Create yourself an affirmation. If you haven't created yourself an affirmation yet, I challenge you to create yourself an affirmation today. It could be the affirmation I use if you want it to be. But create yourself a powerful affirmation that you can say to yourself every single morning with power, with conviction, with passion. And say it every single morning 3 to 6 times repeatedly every single day with conviction in the morning before you go about your day. So I challenge you to affirm something new over your life. Because when you affirm something new over your life, what starts to happen is as time goes on, new things start to show up for you, new possibilities. You get new ideas, new perspectives, and new doors start to open up for you. I'm telling you, this is how life works. There's a lot of times in my life where I thought some bad occurrence or some bad situation that happened to me was meant to kill me or meant to destroy me. And now looking back on those bad situations that I dealt with, even with past relationships and breakups and friendships that I had that didn't go well, when I look back on those situations, it wasn't there to destroy me. It was there to teach me a lesson. It just happened to strengthen me. It just happened to help me develop in a certain area I needed to develop in. And that's what I mean when I say, if you start to affirm something different over your life and you start to see the things that happen to you and you start to use it and rechannel it for better, oh man, nobody's able to stop you. Nobody's able to stop you. Even right now, nobody's able to stop you. The only thing in your life that's able to stop you, the only thing in the way between where you want to be and where you are right now, the only thing that's creating the distance between where you want to be and where you are right now is a negative story of excuses that you keep replaying over and over and over again in your mind. And because you replay that story over and over and over again in your mind, that story gets embedded into your subconscious mind. The story gets embedded into your subconscious mind, and you start to believe that bullshit. You start to believe the lies. You start to believe what your boss said. You start to believe what your teacher said about you being a failure in life. You start to believe what your mother may have said about you being a failure in life. You start to believe the nonsense and feed into that shit. And that's why it's harder to create the results that you want. But what happens if you start to tell yourself a new story? What happens if you start to take on a new vision for yourself? What if you start to imagine something new? What if you start to imagine riches? What if you start to imagine the things you want? What if you start to imagine the life you want to live? What if you start to imagine making and seeing the amount of money you want in your bank account, logging into your bank account and seeing that it's there? What if you start to imagine having a beautiful spouse, a beautiful wife, a beautiful husband, a beautiful children? What if you start to imagine having success in your business? What if you start to imagine working with Jonathan Belcher in the 300 to Freedom movement and getting rich and finding spiritual enlightenment and personal development? What if you start to imagine what it will be like earning your first 6 figures online, quitting your job, and being able to travel to Bora Bora or Aruba or somewhere you've always wanted to travel, somewhere you always wanted to travel to at some point in your life? I'm getting a little tired right now. That's why my words are coming out a little weird right now. Don't mind me. I've just been talking for a while. But yeah, when you tell yourself, this is all serious information though. This is not to be, just because I'm laughing or I may crack a little joke here and there, this is not a joke. Tell yourself a different story. Affirm something new over yourself. Claim something new over yourself. Speak positivity. Think positivity. Move in positivity. The only thing that can result, the only thing that can happen from you practicing and living this way is positive things can start to show up in your life. That's the only thing that can happen. That's the only change that can happen. Don't kill me. Don't shoot me. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the messenger. If you start to speak positivity over your life, you start to speak good things over your life, you start to think good things over your life, and you start to move in line with that, what you're gonna see is a gradual change in your life. You're gonna even feel a gradual change in your whole entire being. Your whole emotion is gonna change. Your whole spirit is gonna change because you're gonna have something to work towards. You're gonna have some type of hope. You're gonna have some type of purpose, and it's gonna be like your whole entire aura is revitalized. Is revitalized. So that's all I have for right now. We're getting real close and down to the wire. I'm still looking for 12 serious people, 12 real serious people who want to be a part of the movement. I'm looking for a leadership council of some sort, like a 12 inner circle group of people where we can work together on how to help one another and really and truly service the world together as we're servicing ourselves simultaneously. But I'm still looking for my 12 people. So I only have 12 spots right now. So hit me up on Facebook if you have a vision that's in line with mine, or if something that you've been thinking about, if I spark something, an idea of yours, or if there's any way I can help, anything at all, just hit me up on Facebook. I would appreciate the message. I would appreciate the hit ups. I don't bite. But yeah, that's just what's been going on. I'm just open with you right now. I'm transparent with you, and I just want to show you and tell you that I'm figuring it out. I don't have it 100% figured out with this system yet. It's about 80% done. I need about 3 more weeks to a month, and it'll be 100% done. And I'm telling you, this thing is gonna be a massive machine. It's gonna be like the best system, the best educational platform, the best duplication process, the best spiritual personal development growth system packaged together all in one. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. I finally got a chance to have full control over how I want to train the people I work with. I finally have real clarity on how we can exactly serve you and show you exactly how to be successful. I finally have the step-by-step game plan mapped out and solidified on what I need to share with you, the tools I need to give you in the system, the trainings I need to share with you in the system. I'm just excited. It's game time. It's time right now. It's time right now. It's time right now. The people who have been wanting and searching and have been hitting me up, people have been emailing me saying, John, how can I get a part of the system? John, how can I join 300 to Freedom Movement? So finally, the system that everybody been waiting for, not everybody, but you know, people who have been, if you're subscribed to me, if you haven't subscribed to me, make sure to subscribe right now. Hit the subscribe button. Also hit the bell button so you can be notified immediately whenever I make any future videos over the next few weeks. I will be giving you updates as we get closer and closer to officially launching. But that's it. That's all I really have today. What I want to tell you is that you're a king, you're a queen. Anything is possible just from your mind. If you think it, you can achieve it. If you're imagining it, you can achieve it. If you see it, you can achieve it. You can accomplish anything you want to accomplish. If nobody else has told you today, if no family members have told you today, or no friends or anybody around you have told you today, I want you to know I believe in you. I'm going to see you at the top, and I'm going to see you in the next video. This is Jonathan Belcher. Don't forget to hit me up on Facebook. Peace.